Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Real Fit Pros. I am your co-host, Mark the Fitness Ninja Zalmanoff. I got my buddy Jonathan Loudermilk with me. This is I was going to say it's a solo edition, but there's two of us. So it's like, it's the dynamic duo, but we're not ambiguously. Anyway. This is fun. This is going to be a shit show today. We had an interview planned. Unfortunately, they did not have a good Wi-Fi connection. So here we are in all our glory. Before we get started though, please like, subscribe, send this to your friends, post it on the gram, share it on the socials so other fit pros can get what they're worth. Yeah.
It sounds so good when it rolls off your tongue, Mark.
It's a beautiful thing.
You silver tongue devil, you.
So anyway, John, how you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great. This is going to go into the story, but I have a training session. So I recently got a personal trainer named Dante Smiley. He's a professional rapper, professional wrestler, and professional fit pro. The guy's got the trio with the entertainment duo and everything that he does. And he's a fantastic coach. Been working with him for my second week. So it was a good session today.
The only thing Dante has more of is abs.
Oh, God bless it, man. That guy he's more shredded than iceberg lettuce.
It's a little ridiculous.
I know. He's a great coach, though. So as we kick off every show, coming up with a story, and I have a great story for you. And this is actually really interesting because it's me as the client this time. Talk about a mindset shift. Going from being on one end of the table, delivering the service to now I'm getting it. So I'm having tons of if you ever seen Batman and he's talking to Catwoman on, I think it's like the third Batman, the one with Bane or whatever. And, he's talking to her, he turns around, he turns back and she's gone. He goes, so that's what that feels like. Right. So I'm having tons of those moments working with Dante. And I'll tell you one of the most recent ones. It was last Friday. And we're finally doing chest. I was like, thank fucking God, we're finally doing a body part that I feel really good about and I like doing, which I know he's a great coach. He's giving me all the crap I don't want to do in the beginning of the week. So it gets out of the way. So I'm like, I know what you're doing, Dante. And I love it. It's smart. Same thing I used to do. So we're going in there and we're doing drop sets. We're doing, set of 10, set of 8, set of 8, set of 6, set of 6, 4, 4, 2, 2, and then 1. By this point, I'm not looking at the weight. I'm just like, dude, just point and tell me what to do. How many am I doing? He's like, doing 10, you're doing 8, whatever. So we finally get down to the last one. And I have no clue what we started with because there's bumper plates. You can't tell what stuff weighs with bumper plates. It's a 10-pound plate, but it looks like it's 50 pounds, man. So I get down there and actually do it fairly easily, right? Now, once again, it took some work, but I didn't need to pull the bar up or anything like that. And then I rack it. As I'm catching my breath and I'm sweating my ass off, by the way, because it's in a CrossFit gym. And I look at him and I go, how much weight was that, man? And he's doing the trainer math, using his fingers and his toes, and he's counting all the different plates as we're going up there. And he goes, 205. I was like, 205? I'm like, dude, I haven't benched 205. And I can't remember the last time I did 205. I got 195 during 75 hard, and I felt pretty good about that. But I did 205, fairly easily. And one of my goals is to get back to repping 225, easy, right? That's one of the things I told him. And as I'm sitting there, I'm like, dude, I had no idea that he was even stacking plates on the whole time. Cause after I do my set, I'd walk around, catch my breath. And he's over there being a little ninja, stacking little 5s and 10s on the side when I'm not looking. And I was laughing so hard because I'm like, dude, that's the same shit I used to do to clients. They'd be like, John, did you add weight? I'm like, don't worry about that. Just give me your best. Give me your very best. And then by the end of it, I'm like, did you realize you just leg pressed 400 pounds?
Right.
So it was a really cool, humbling moment going, man, so that's what that feels like. And then, dude, I was genuinely excited. I'm like, cool, I got to feel it I've been given for so long. I got to experience it. So that was a pretty cool experience I had recently.
I love that. That hammers home a couple of things. Number one, coaches need coaches. So, if you're a coach out there.
So let me preface this because I had I posted a video and a bunch of trainers came in there and started tweaking my form or trying to tweak my form. And I'm like, well, that's why you're not making sales, by the way. Don't insult the guy that's sharing something about himself. That's rule number 1, Fit Pros. If you're listening, you know who you are. I ain't gonna call you out. But the reason I got a coach, it ain't a lack of skill. I know what to do. I've done this for years. I hired Dante because I've reached a point in my life and in my business that I only have so much brain power in the day to
Mhm.
dedicate to things that move things forward. So it's kind of like opening up your browser on your laptop, and if you have 25 tabs open, good God, is it amazingly difficult to actually get anything done. So I've made a decision this year that I was going to heavily outsource the areas that I know focusing my brain power doesn't serve in growing, real talk with real fit pros, fit pro collective, smart shark, and all the above. So one of those things was getting a trainer. So I see Dante 3 times a week, and it's awesome. I just show up and I just go, dude, just tell me what to do. And then when we're done, he gives me a high five. Good job. I'll see you tomorrow. Right. And we do it all over again. And it's freed up my brain to come back and go, cool. Now I have all this energy. I'm not having to think about what I'm doing for my workouts. And then I can show up 150% when I'm doing an example like a podcast today. Then, I'm showing up at 75% because I'm worrying about all these other things over here. So anyway, I felt that was important to share because I had a bunch of coaches like, why the hell are you getting a trainer, man? You are a trainer. Dude, you're missing the point. Also,
Yeah.
you got to be willing to pay for what you sell. I'm sorry. You're not in integrity if you're going, oh, I'll never buy a trainer, but you're selling training. That's probably why you're fucking struggling on getting people to see the value because you don't drink your own Kool-Aid. I'm done with my with my tangent.
Woo, soapbox, baby. I love a good soapbox rant.
I believe in fitness. Fucking weird.
Strange shit. Yeah, you mentioned the brain capacity and we all have decision fatigue because there's just so many things we have to think about. And our buddy Thomas has told me, he goes, there's 2 times in the day that I love that I don't have to think. And he goes, number one is dinner at home. He goes, I would eat a shoe if my wife put it on the plate. I don't care what we're eating, just give me food. And he goes, and the other one's coming to the gym. And same mindset as you, John, of he's like, I show up, you tell me what to do, you tell me when I'm done.
Yeah.
Easy.
Dude,
All
life
right.
gets so much easier when you do that.
Yeah, it really does.
So much easier.
So today, John and I are going to discuss the seasons of fitness. And, today is June 30th. So if you're listening to this in the future, which you are, it's June 30th. So right smack dab in the middle of summer, right smack dab in the middle of the year. Really good time to kind of analyze what you've been doing right and wrong for the last 6 months and figure out where your focus needs to be. But summertime has traditionally been a struggle period for the fitness industry in general. I know for the years that I worked at big box gyms, most of the trainers struggled during summertime. I know programs tend to struggle during summertime. And John and I, we hear the same objections all the time. People aren't willing to commit and people don't want to make the time and people are on vacation and blah, 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 blah. And those things are all valid. We understand that, but there are ways around these objections when you've built your business the right way. So what we want to do is kind of walk through the 4 seasons of fitness and talk about the uniqueness of each one, what to look for, and how you can really still build sustainable business throughout the year.
Yeah. So let's start with Q1, right? Which is the best one of all the seasons because it's January, the Super Bowl of fitness. Everyone that's ever thought about working out finally gets enough of an inkling to at least become a lead. Somewhere out there, someone's sitting in some personal trainer CRM that have been trying to get them in there for the last 3 years.
Oh yeah.
But think about it, right? January is a new year, new goals. People are ready to make change. Look, if you're listening to this probably isn't rocket science to you. So January is obviously a big month in the fitness industry. And, we're going to, as we go through this, we're going to reverse engineer how Q4 really sets up Q1. But if you really look at January, one of the misconceptions that people have is like January 1st, business is booming. Dude, people are hung over the first week, right? And they're still like, well, and they're still dragging some ass. You actually don't see the uptick of people actually taking action to show up to consultations or gym trials or whatever till like it at the earliest the second week of January. Typically, it's that third and fourth week they finally get in. Go, okay, I started in January technically, so here I am. It's the 30th of January, right? And you'll see that trend actually continue through through January, February, through February. And then typically halfway through March, you see people start to die off. These are people that typically started something and they quit their program or they cancel their gym membership, or they're already kind of shifting focus, like, oh, I've already lost 3 months, why even bother? So what you're really looking at within that window is you have about 8 weeks out of that Q1 that actually have people that are actually coming in the door and ready to take next step with you. And Mark, you're by all means elaborate from your experience. That's just been mine with all the gyms that I've ran and worked at.
Yeah, I think a few things. Number one, you really have to have your systems in place. As Jon said, the uptick in January usually doesn't happen towards the beginning of the month. It's at the end of the month. And it comes down to follow up, it comes down to communication, it comes down to getting people to actually take action and come into your gym, or follow up with a phone call if you're doing online coaching. And the statistics say that 80% of people stop a new exercise program within 6 weeks. So if they're coming in the middle of January, Jon, like you said, the middle of March, there's going to be a drop off. So you have that time to shine. And if you can show your value and show why you're worth whatever that investment is, those people will stay. And it really sets the tone for the rest of the year.
Yep.
But if you're trying to crank through numbers, just take everybody you can, and you don't have your systems in place, you're not quite sure how you're going to deliver the training, especially if you're online, you can really shoot yourself in the foot completely. And again, that will also set the tone for the rest of the year, and not in the way you want it to.
Yeah. Well, that's a great point. Like, I can't tell you how many companies I've worked at where they all had the realization, they realized the better, like how you do in January dictates how you do the rest of the year. So if you tank in January, dude, I'm not saying you can't turn around, but talk about an uphill battle. But if you get great momentum into January, it's a great indicator of how you'll move throughout the rest of the year. So the better you do in January, the better you do throughout the rest of the year. So that's honestly the most important month. It sets the tone for everything else.
Yeah. So then when we get into Q2, which is typically springtime, that's where I've always seen in my own business, I've seen the next uptick, because, I've lived in Texas forever. So the weather starts to warm up sometimes. Good grief. I swear these last 2 winters we've had here have lasted for fucking ever. But the weather starts to warm up, people start to get outside more, and the realization of, oh shit, pool season's coming, I better do something. It's big. And again, especially around where we live, everybody's at the pool, everybody's going to the lake. And so there's some vanity that comes along with that. Of course, nothing wrong with that at all. So people, it becomes in the forefront of their mind again of like, oh, I should probably do something. And this is where, again, the follow-up, the constant communication really comes into play, because there's always that portion of people in January who reach out, but they don't do anything. And it could be all kinds of reasons why. It just wasn't the right timing. They didn't have the money. They're waiting for their tax return, whatever it may be. Yeah. Yeah. So, our job is to stay in front of people and be present. So when they are ready to make that decision, we're the one that they think of. And if we're doing all those things and following up, then when that second uptick comes and you're in front of them again, sending an email, shooting a text, hey, how's it going? Hey, is there anything I can help you with? Are you still interested in getting in shape? And they're like, oh, yeah, man, I was going to start in January, but blah, 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 but I'm ready now. Then they're yours.
Yep. And that it's that long-term mindset. So I've always operated with, you got to do activities that take care of today, but you also have to be doing activities that take care of tomorrow, that build for a better tomorrow. Because if you're only looking at today, you're going to be stuck running today activities forever. Forever, right? Which is awful, right? That sounds like hell to me. So you got to be doing things that build in the future. And there's something that, Mark, you shared that is stuck with me since, you and I have, started our friendship and a business and all those things, is where we're at today is the result of the last 30 to 60 days.
Yeah.
And that's not just business, by the way. Think about fitness. Just think about exercise, right? Think about the first month they feel better. The next month they start to see a change. ooh, there's a new line in my arm I haven't seen. Oh, my pants feel looser,
Is
right?
that
And
a
it's
tumor?
because of
Oh
the
no, that's a
last,
muscle.
that's 60 days of work. That's why. So your business is no different. So to your point, Mark, when you're doing Q1 and you're doing that follow up, you're going to have a great spring if you did the work
Yeah.
during the new year. And then by the way, that's a recurring theme you're going to hear throughout this episode. With everything that you do, you're always looking 60 days out. 60 days out.
Yeah. So again, I see the challenges and my summer blast fat burning. What, you don't do that shit, y'all. I
Well,
swear, just offer what you offer and add value and be great at it. Like, you don't need all those weird dumbass marketing ploys to get people to come to you if you know what you're doing and you have your shit together.
Well, I think it's like we do need to understand the season, because how I would talk about January is going to be a little bit different than I talk about in June. But to your point, you don't need to have your 6-pack fat loss booty building boot camp bullshit going out there, because every that may get you people today, but those people are not coming in for long-term purposes or coming in for short-term fixes. And then the coach comes back going, "Oh no, why I lost everyone." Well, dude, you attracted them under the wrong pretense. It's like going out there and looking for someone that only wants one night stands, then getting mad that they don't want to put a ring on it. It's like you set that up as a one night stand. You know that, right? Don't market yourself that way. If you're looking for long lasting relationships, well, then you need to communicate that way. And as you communicate the long term of, health and fitness and how that ties into the other areas of people's lives, then you can tie in the season, showing them people that you understand. Mark, you do a great job at this. So like, hey guys, I get it. It's summertime. We're getting here. You probably want to go to pool. You want to take some trips. If you haven't taken an opportunity to invest in yourself and make some damn good choices, I'm going to give you an opportunity to do that here. And I see you do it all the time, and it works. And
Yeah.
it's the same message. You just repackage it under a different seasonal title. It's the same thing, and it
Yeah.
works.
That's true. It's true. So then we get into summertime, and again, I've traditionally seen most coaches struggle during the summer. I fortunately have not been one of those. Years ago, I never figured out why. Like, I just always seemed to have a good summer. I didn't know why. I just did. And when I look back and started thinking about, okay, what was I actually doing differently that allowed me to have good summers and not have a business drop off? A lot of it was the structure of my business. So having a monthly business model where people pay me by the month, not by the session, not by how many times they come in, like none of that. They just pay me. I'm like a car payment. You know, you use me 25 times a month or twice a month, you're paying the same. And when you build programs that way, when you have your offerings that way and people understand it and you communicate that up front, if somebody's out of town for a week, they're out of town for a week.
Yep.
That's it. And a lot of you coaches that are listening to this, you do online coaching, for God's sakes. Like, who gives a shit if they're out of town? Great. Give them a travel workout.
Right.
Like, there's so many ways around that now. And, this is probably a weird year because everything is almost open back up. So right now, what I'm seeing is people craving human interaction. So I see a lot more in my little bubble. I see a lot more people taking action now because they've just been inside for the last year.
Right.
Corona, so there's ways around these objections, but at the end of the day, like, it's never a bad time for people to invest in themselves. And if you're showing the value and you're giving them solutions and saying, hey, look, I know you're going on vacation. Awesome. I know you're going to be gone. You know what? I can give you a 20-minute workout. I can help you out wherever you are. Oh, you don't have any equipment? No big deal. I can work around that too. And when people start to see that you solve problems and you're not just, your average everyday trainer, then that's showing the value that you bring. And that's how people invest in you, because they see, oh, this is more than just me showing up and getting a workout, or more
Right.
than just my coach just sends me a workout. Like, this is a relationship where this person's trying to make me better.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, if you really keep it simple, we're providing a result, whatever that is for them: weight loss, fat loss, more muscle, less medication, whatever, right? And the other part of that component you're offering is an experience tied to a relationship. And that is why people will choose you, not anyone else, not the ad that they see of the six pack guy that's offering them their $47 fucking fat loss ebook or their free video training. They're going to talk to the person that they feel a connection with, that understands them and has confidence that they can solve their problem. So when you become that person, you will get their business. The only other thing I'll add on top of that is, as leaders and as coaches, we're always looking at where we're at today, but we have to set the vision of where we're going. Most people don't actually know what they want. Like, I can't tell you how many times I had someone go, I want to lose 15 pounds. We lose 15. They go, Jonathan, what I really want to do is I want to lose like 30 pounds. I want to do a Spartan race. I want to leave my husband. Shit, if you told me that in the beginning, I could have saved you some money. Longer term commitment. But it's figuring out, like, how do we lead them to the next step? So with that whole theme of 30 to 60 days out, if we're looking at June or July, well, what comes up in the fall? Holidays. What happens during the holidays? Bad choices.
Lots.
Reverting back. Now, once again, we'll get into Q4 and the marketing changes a little bit and how you communicate and how you position things. But during the summer, it's setting people up to, dude, how would you like to be able to not worry and actually enjoy your holidays stress-free? What would that be worth to you, to give you peace of mind, to be able to spend whatever time you want with your family, eat whatever you want, and not stress out about exercise and fitness? What would that be worth to you, Mrs. Jones?
Yeah.
Worth a lot. Cool. We got to start today then.
Yeah, because, again, you look at the stats and they say most people gain like 5 pounds over the holidays. It's not as much as people think, but if you gain 5 pounds over the holidays and you do that 6 years in a row, now you're 30 pounds overweight. That's how people get overweight. It's usually not like 50 pounds in a year. That's 5 here and 10 there that they never take off, right? The end of summer is a little unique too, because as September rolls around, we get back to school time. And I know what long time ago, back in my Lifetime Fitness days, September was actually the second biggest month we would have every year outside of January.
Yep.
Because people are back in a routine. They got their schedule set. The kids are back in school. Like there's normalcy. Summer vacations are done. And if you set yourself up right and you have all those people that kept saying, I need to do, John, to your point of what you just said, hey, we can prepare you now. So you don't have to worry about the 40 days between Thanksgiving to New Year's. And it's I don't think we talk enough about how stressful that time of the year is for people, not just health and fitness, but just stress in general.
Yep.
And when we can show that, hey, not only am I going to help you lose a little bit of weight before the holidays, and not only am I going to help you, look a little bit better so you're not hiding behind the camera during all the holiday photos that you haven't been in for 3 years and 4 years. And for real, like I've had women that they missed years of pictures with their kids because they didn't feel comfortable being in front of the camera. Their kids don't give two shits, but they're going to look back and go, why wasn't mom in any of these pictures?
Right.
So you start painting that vision of, look, not only am I going to do all that for you, but I'm also going to help you have a little less stress during the most stressful time of the year. Like that's powerful. That's where people go, fucking sign me up. Well, how much? Send me the.
Dude, that's all. I'm taking that one. That's good play. I knew you had it in you. You got sales in you, Mark. I knew it was in there. That was good. I'll give you one more. Think about people already thinking about January. I'm like, hey, are you planning on making goals for next year? Yeah. What's the goal going to be? I want to lose weight. Cool. How would you like to actually be that much closer to your goal so that you're not starting all over at the starting line with everyone else? You're actually 10 to 15 pounds closer by that point.
Yeah.
Sign me up. Cool. Plus our rates go up in January. Supply and demand, baby.
That's right. So, be aware of what September means for most and the mindset that comes behind that. And then, we roll into fourth quarter. And, this is, John, I think you and I have talked about this a dozen fucking times.
Dude, we did a promo for our coaching clients on this one. We did this for last December. I remember.
People are like, well, people just don't want to invest in health and fitness during the holidays. Motherfucker, people spend more money in December than like the rest of the year combined.
Dude, you got people stealing PS5s and staying out like 24 hours in tents and shit, getting electronics. Dude, they got money. You just got to focus on getting them to want fitness, not need fitness. Everyone needs fitness. The problem is most trainers don't know how to get people to want the shit.
Yeah. Oh my God, so true. And I will say this, you know, from a business standpoint of quote unquote selling training, December is one of the few times that for some people, if it fits your business model, I don't necessarily hate running some type of promo to get people in December. And I've seen everything from like, if you own a physical gym, from like, hey, pay $1 for December, but you're committing to starting in January as well. Like, it's not, are you going to commit? No. You pay $1 for December. So whether you use it or not, it's $1, you know, come in 3 times, get your dollar's worth, whatever. But they're committing to, hey, when January rolls around, I have a regular membership.
Yeah.
You know, you just want to get them into your ecosystem in some way, shape, or form. And again, you can do the same thing with online. Hey, you know what? I'll give you half off of December because I know you're probably only going to do half the work, which means I only have to do half the work. But when January 1 rolls around, your regular payment's coming.
Yep. Yeah, you're just prepositioning like, okay, is this the question of if or when? Well, it's not if, Mark. I'm serious. It's when. So when are you want to get started? January. Yeah. Never would have thought you'd say that, Mrs. Jones, but I got a great opportunity for you. How would you like to save a few bucks? Since you know you're going to start anyway. First, you had my curiosity. Now you have my attention, Mark. Leonardo DiCaprio meme, right?
I love it.
And it's the same thing. Hey, rates are going to go up in January. What do you think happens in January? People work out. Cool. So what do you think happens to my time? Goes down. Cool. So what do you think happens to my rates due to my time going down? They go up. Ain't rocket science. It's economics 101. So I'm more than happy to see you in January, Mrs. Jones. Absolutely. We can go ahead and book an appointment. And here's the price you're looking at. But if you want to go ahead and reserve your spot so it doesn't fill up and let me save you a few bucks, let's go ahead and get the commitment now.
Woo, slick as shit, baby.
Dude, it's hard being me, Mark. I'm so good. I should charge admission.
You're slicker than that bald head of yours, baby.
I know. I just shaved it today, too.
Here's the other thing to remember, too, is that when someone has reached out to you and expressed interest in coaching with you, they have a problem that they're looking to solve. So until they take action on that, that problem exists. And I'm sure you hear it, John, too. I still have coaches that are like, oh, yeah, but I feel like I'm bothering them. You're not fucking bothering them. Like, until they file a restraining order or tell you to shut the fuck up, you're not bothering them, because honestly, you're probably, let me tell you this. If somebody reaches out to 5 different coaches, I guarantee you, if you're the one following up, you're the only one following up. So when they're finally ready to make the decision, they will choose you because you're the only one that keeps going, hey, are you ready? Hey, are you ready? Hey, I saw this article and thought about you because you told me you had XYZ problem. Hey, I found this article about how to make healthy meals for your kids. They don't know it's healthy. I remember you saying you struggle with that. Mm-hmm. They're going to choose you. You just got to be in the game, because the other 4 are off fucking around somewhere.
Right. They've already moved on. Like, they don't want to buy from me, and they're chasing one night stands versus when you're in the long game going, I ain't quitting. That's not an option. The boats have been burned and I'm on this beach and the only way is forward. That's where you play the long game. If you're following up with people and you're doing Mark says, which is adding value, or if you can make someone laugh, that's a form of value, right? No one's ever going to get mad that you do that. And if someone got mad over that, I need you to listen. I want you to turn the volume up. Maybe it's in your car. Maybe it's in your, what do you call it? Your Bose headset or whatever the new cool rapper's headset is. That's our Ray J or Raycons or whatever they're called. Are you ready? Fuck them. Fuck them, man. If someone's going to be an asshole during the dating process, they're going to be an asshole during the marriage process. Amen. I'd rather find out early and fast and go, ooh, that lady got mad over me just trying to help her. Next.
Yeah. Yeah. Like listen to the warning signs.
Dude, stop overlooking red flags. It's like I see it in dating all the time. I don't know why he cheated on me. Well, did you not pick up on the 18 different red flags I've been giving you the whole time? Not texting you back, not letting you look at his phone, like all the signs that like this is not good, but we overlook it because we're like, well, we're trying to justify it because we want the sale. I promise you, there's no amount of money in the world worth it working with someone that's not a good fit. Even if they paid you $5,000, that $5,000 is going to get old real fast.
Yep.
Promise you. Anyway, I know it has nothing to do with the season, but that was important shit. I hope you pay attention to that.
I love it, man. I love it. This is always fun, man.
Yeah. So biggest takeaway, understand the reason in your season. Because sometimes the work is reaping the harvest. You're making a bunch of sales. Woohoo! We're going to Sizzler, right? Sometimes it's tilling the land, doing the work, the not sexy stuff, posting on social media, right? Creating content, creating value, right? Now, as you start tilling the land, now you can start planting the crops, right? This is where you're actually getting leads, you're making offers, right? As you're getting those offers and people are coming in, well, now you have to water the plant or it won't grow. And that's the follow-up that Mark was talking about. And eventually that crop grows big enough going, man, it's ready to harvest this puppy. Let's go ahead and ask for the sale. And if you understand your reason within the season, as you build your business, what you're going to find is you're constantly doing a little bit of all of those things. Yeah. But if you're finding yourself empty in one of those, I promise you, it's going to catch you. It's going to bite you in the ass if you're stuck on harvest all the time. And then you're going to wake up one month and go, dude, I didn't make any sales this month. What happened? Well, were you tilling the land? Were you planting seed? Were you watering? So it's the balance with all of them. So it doesn't matter what season it is. This victim mindset of, oh, it's summer, oh, it's fall. It's bullshit. It is.
It's no different than people giving an excuse of, well, I got an anniversary coming up. I got a birthday coming up. I got a vacation coming up. I got a holiday coming up. It's Taco Tuesday. It's Fun Friday. Like there's always something. There's always an excuse. And we don't take them from our clients.
Look, we're either selling or we're getting sold. And every time I'm hearing that, I'm like, am I going to be sold or am I going to sell them?
Yep.
And once again, I don't mean selling like give me money. I mean professional mind changer. What can I do to influence their thinking to start looking for opportunity versus looking at problems? And when you start viewing your life and your business that way, then and only then will you grow to the level that you want to be at.
Woo. Good shit, man.
Got me fired up. I blame Dante, man. We had a great workout today. So let's do this.
The guy's fire, man. If y'all ain't following Dante, y'all need to go follow him. He's got a new album out on iTunes.
It's dope.
Stone Unturned. I got to watch him perform it live last week. It was amazing. That dude's a rock star.
Yeah, he is.
If y'all got value from this, let us know. Leave a review. Hit us up in the DM. Like, we love this shit. We could talk about this shit all day, but this is for you guys to get better and grow your business and treat this like a business and not a side hustle and not your little hobby, not your Venmo payments. Quit taking fucking Venmo. And yeah, what you got for him, John?
Same thing I have every single time, Pinky. Go out and get what you're worth, damn it. Yeah. Damn good show. Man. Damn good.